Good afternoon. We are here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Larry Pulver here with Dan Friggen to bring you RPI Engineers Hockey versus the Colgate Red Raiders in Division I women's game today. RPI 1-10 to start the season, but they've won 3 out of the last 4 games. A couple of them on the road.
Yeah, they just came back, and from Robert Morris, they swept out there, and Colgate coming in off of a very hot weekend where they split with Cornell. They beat Cornell 3-0 and lost 4-3, but was in control of that game. So this is a game that RPI needs.
Yeah, in that game they lost. I guess they had 9 penalties and gave up 9 power plays and gave up 3 power play goals and the 3-1 lead.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, Cornell is very good on the power play, as we know.
Yeah, so last weekend, Robert Morris Keating, who's getting the start tonight for RPI, had the 38-save game on Friday night for a 1-0 win for RPI, and she will get the start tonight. In goal for the Colgate Red Raiders will be Farrell Walker getting the start. And they're ready to face off here at center ice. Colgate wins the draw. Now they dump it in. RPI will go back for it. This is Kendall Davidson playing the puck. Up the right, the left boards. Centering there, but nobody's there but RPIers. And they'll just bang it off the boards and down. Picking up the puck there and getting on net. Almost. Didn't quite make it, and they clear the zone. Jones goes back for it for RPI. Over to Mackay. She'll just dump it all the way down. Surprised there was no icing. Oh, there's a late whistle.
Yep. They just got to get across that red line to get that puck deep, and then they won't have to worry about icing.
Yeah, that's just a silly play. And RPI comes in 4-11. Colgate comes in 6-7-1. But the last time they played here at the Fieldhouse, RPI won the game in overtime on a goal by Torczynski. And for that, though, 17 straight wins by Colgate.
Yeah,
so
that's
RPI's
right.
got an uphill battle here, given the odds. But every team's different, so you never know. Colgate controlling it in the corner. Now centering, that's knocked aside by Jones. Colgate plays it back out to the point. Goes left point. That's Senecal. Wraps it around. They're trying to play it out of the zone, having trouble here clearing, and they finally just sky high it all the way down. It's going to be icing, but Wensley's going to beat to the puck there, to the dot, so wave off the icing, but it's grabbed by Colgate, and that was Colombo getting that puck. Now they're up to center, and they'll just dump it into the right of Keating. Back for his RPI as Colgate changes up. And out to center. Not really in control here by RPI of the puck. Kind of just dumping it down.
Yeah, that's what Colgate's going to do as far as the forecheck. They like to, their D are very, very, very active, and they'll pinch on the ring around, and they'll flood that one zone, trying to prevent RPI from breaking out and trying to create a turnover on the strong side.
Good physical play there by Odwan on Biederman. Let's get that puck away, but RPI still can't clear. It's deflected in the corner by Livingstone. Makes it behind the net as Colgate changes again. RPI makes a couple changes. Hit off the back of an Engineer, so Colgate will grab that and come back the other way. Pickering dumping it in. Now centering pass, shot on net. Good save by Keating. Wensley can't clear, but now RPI will get it out. Center ice. RPI looking to get some offensive pressure here, but not doing very well at it. Now coming in is Pice. Shot, rebound, saved by Keating as she was sprawled out. And it clears the zone. Colgate will have to settle down here, and Borgil scale it into the right corner. Back for it is Livingstone. She plays it around. Collected by RPI, but not out. Kept in the zone. Shot saved by Keating. think Keating's got already 5 shots on goal on her, and RPI has yet to generate an offensive chance.
Well, RPI is finding it tough to break out. As you can see, Colgate's going to flood that strong side just like that. They're going to keep the puck in, and that's what you're going to see pretty much the whole game here. And what they do is they really are aggressive in the neutral zone as well, where they'll step up, cut the pass off, and then they transition it and go the other way.
RPI barely getting over the red line. Now behind their own net, played off to Davidson. She can't handle the puck, so she'll play it back. Side RPI still trying to get it out. Good pinch by Sawyer, but breaks her stick there.
Oh, Davidson was lucky on that one. Otherwise, you had a Colgate player coming off the bench going the other way.
Now Colgate's going to clear the zone out to center. Coming down the left side. And a shot and a save by Keating. The up high shot there by Ava Wood. Taken back behind their own net. It's Palumbo trying to wrap it out, but she reverses. Borgil over to Pickering. Pickering looking for a lane. RPI doing some forechecking here, at least causing Colgate to pass the puck around a lot. And Borgil will skate this puck out. Borgil with 29 points last year. Fully cross transfer. Her second year though with Colgate. Now in the corner. 2 players each team, knocked away. Left boards, but again, not out. But did nicely at the point. Now wrister. Keating almost had trouble with that one. That was a wrister by Pickering, and had trouble handling it. Handcuffed her a little bit. Now center. Tried the east-west pass. That doesn't go, and we're going to have a breakaway here. RPI on the breakaway. In. Shot and a save. And that was the first save. Montanari on that breakaway. First save by Walker in this game.
Well, Montanari's had a couple of breakaways this season, and I don't think she got all of that shot. It seemed like it might have went off the heel of her stick as she went to shoot it here. Right here, yeah, she didn't really get much. Looked like she was going 5-hole.
Yep.
But before you can go 5-hole, you got to drop the shoulder, get the goaltender to commit, go from one side to the other.
The goaltender had that covered pretty well, so Montanari was leading the team with 5 assists, had 3 assists last weekend against Robert Morris. Now Colgate trying to gain center. They do. Now they gain the zone. Centering pass that goes off the stick to the corner. Now RPI will grab the puck. Nope. Colgate grabs it. In tight. Ball's into Keating. There's absolutely no reason for that contact there, Dan.
No, but Keating made the save. And she's been tested early here.
A little sidestep there by Senegal and shot. And that goes off Keating into the corner. Now up the right wall. RPI getting center. It's Wensley. She's going to scale it in. Leading goal scorer for the Engineers. Played by Walker as teams change.
That was Biederman that took that shot. I think it caught the shoulder of Keating and hit the crossbar.
Yeah, they're definitely shooting high on her. There's been a lot of shoulder saves so far.
Well, she is a butterfly goaltender, and depending, and sometimes she can go into the butterfly early, which leaves that top shelf open.
Davidson plays it off the boards, looking for Toy, but it takes an odd bounce. So it got cleared out of the zone, so RPI dumps it down. It doesn't look like it's going to go for icing, and it doesn't. Spring goes back for it for Colgate.
Nice job to flip that puck out, take the pressure off, and get some time, not an icing, to regroup.
In the corner is Palumbo again. Looking to get it out to the point. Check there nicely by the Engineers. Kai tying her up, and now Colgate's coming out to center again as they change. Gain the line just onside there. That's Pice, who's deadly, leading this team in points and goals. Colgate trying to set up. RPI doing a good job with the body, not letting them set up there. Mackay took the man to the woman to the boards, and now a shot at the pyre. Keating again. She gets a glove on it, drops in front of her, and she'll tie it up. Again, it looks like they're elevating shots on her.
Yeah. Well, you can see why I believe Colgate outshot Cornell pretty good last weekend. They've already got 10 shots on goal to RPI's 1. They like to shoot the puck.
Absolutely. And so far, puck management-wise, they've owned the puck. RPI just getting that breakaway was their biggest chance. Whole period. They're halfway through almost. Yeah. Now Colgate. Trying to come the other way. Good tie-up by Chaffee there. Chaffee, who had 2 points last weekend, coming out of a little bit of a, what I would call a slump, having had 12 goals last year.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll get her motivated. A shot from the left circle. It's a good save there by Keating. That was Beauchamp. RPI will skate it out. RPI skating it out to center. Now it's picked up by Chaffee, but just offside as they cross the line was Bailey.
Yeah, Chaffee's had a slow start to the season compared to the kind of points she put up last weekend, and sometimes that happens.
Yeah, she's only got 4 points this year so far in 15 games. Last year, 34 games. She had 12 goals, 4 assists, kind of a Cy Young player, but not too bad. Definitely need her output for this team to be successful.
Definitely.
Now Colgate tries to get out, kept in nicely there by Wensley, back into the corner. Picked up there by Swankowski. Can't get it out, RPI keeping it in nicely. Now almost looks like a hold back there, but then I don't hear any whistle. But it looks like Colgate player was holding RPI. Now Colgate just dumps it sky high. Going back for the Rathwell. Goes it away. RPI come out of the zone. Davidson skating it out all the way to center. She dumps it in the corner and goes after her own dump. Walker plays it away from her. Now Colgate trying to come out. RPI doing a little better at the pressure. Trying to keep Colgate from getting ahead of steam up going north. That looks offside, and it is, as O'Bain was in the zone ahead of puck. O'Bain with 23 points last year. It was a great start this year. 15 points in 14 games, including a 3-point game last weekend against Cornell with 2 goals and an assist.
Yeah, she's been one of the second leading scorer on the team. She's been one of the players that Colgate's been looking for. 2, I should say, for some offensive output.
Boyer plays that out of the zone, but can't knock it back down the ice. Coming in the left circle, coming on Keating, and another save. Colombo plays it over to the left point. That's wrist toward the net, but that gets deflected. Now back to the right point. Shot, easy one for Keating, though. And Sawyer. Another save, though. All right, circle. Colgate player fell down, which got the puck, and RPI will ice this puck down the ice, and faceoff will come all the way back in front of Keating again. Shots 12-1, 0-0 so far in the game.
There's another look at it. Actually, she didn't even get a shot off. Keating missed it with the pad right there.
He tried that move, nice clear by the defense there too to get it away from the front of the net.
Yeah, definitely. That was toy.
Also, that was a back check and forward, which is even better.
Yes.
RPI tries to clear it, but a good body check there by Colgate. Boy trying to clear, she can't. Plays it to the left boards, now to center. Knocked in by Bailey. Stopped by Walker behind the net. RPI is trying to cycle a little bit for a forecheck and doing a pretty good job of breaking up some of it. Right in the middle, shot gets deflected into the corner. Let's play there. Jones
Biederman again. She's a good offensive player.
Yeah, she's got a heck of a record.
Been a little quiet this year so far.
Yeah, she's got 154 points in 133 career games. But this year, she's got 15 points in 14 games. So not that quiet, but she's got quite a background. She's played for Detroit Little Caesars, too, as a couple of these Colgate players have. Pizza. Now Brunet throws it all the way down. This is probably going to be icing on RPI, and it is. The faceoff will come all the way down again. Looking to my right quite a bit in this period. So the series for Colgate has the advantage, 28, 11, and 6 against RPI. So, but again, I mentioned they lost the last one here at the Fieldhouse, which was in February. Before that, 17 straight. So
they've won 17 out of the last 18.
That's the way to look at it, yes. Not sure how much that really means in college because the players rotate so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of parity in this league, as you can well imagine.
A circle shot saved by Keating off the pad, and now back to the point. He keeps it in. And top of the good stick there by RPI to knock that puck out back to center. Now Colgate will re-enter the zone. Now knocked away there. Rathwell. Now Colgate in the corner behind the net. In the cycle here on RPI. Stewart in the corner gets knocked down. I should come away with this puck. They do. Net looking to get over that red line and get off for a change. Because those icings kept them from changing quite a bit.
Yeah, that was Brunet. She was a little late on the support there with the D in the corner, but she was able to get the job done, get it in, get off the ice.
Now coming down is O'Bain. There's steam there. Plays it back behind the net, but it's going to be picked up by the RPID and played up. Guys still looking for their second shot on goal. It's been quite a while since the first one, and that was the breakaway by Montanari. Goes behind the net. Picking it up there is Newman Nixon. Hard hit there. Player down.
We'll call him boarding. But I'm sure Coach is going to have them take a look at this for the challenge.
I would think so. Offensive zone, too. Unusual to see that in the offensive zone. Usually that happens in the defensive zone when you're bottled up for a while and you get frustrated and you just take somebody out. She is up.
Yeah, I think
looks like Toy, right?
Yeah, Coach Vines is going to ask to challenge this. They're going to look at it anyways.
Yeah, this is a good one to look at because the player went down hard. You could hear it up here. It was on the near board, so I couldn't really see it, but we're going to go look at the video. Let's see. Yeah, he's still...
Well, it's definitely on the numbers based on what I just saw there.
Good angle for it, maybe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a dangerous, dangerous hit. Yeah. Yeah, so RPI is going to go on the power play regardless. It's just a question, is it going to be a 2 or a 5? And is that player going to stay in the game for Colgate?
This is GE Vernova, helping generate and move the energy that our world needs. Welcome to a new era of energy.
RPI at Work's MBA program is designed around the needs of working professionals, so you can become the leader of tomorrow without missing a beat. The 36 credit hour program takes about 2 years to complete and allows you the space you need to live your full personal and professional life. Learning by doing, making mistakes and learning from them without impacting your grade. Flexibly building your knowledge of business and leadership in the context of your work. These are the promises of an RPI at Work MBA.
And the player in the box for Colgate. I see that number. It ended with a 4, but couldn't see it.
Number 24, Sid
24.
Sawyer.
So the defenseman sits for the 2 minutes. It's not a 5 minute. They decided there was not a major. RPI goes on the power play. The power play running at about 13.8%. Penalty kill for Colgate's been pretty good at 85.2. So, although it wasn't so good last weekend when they played Cornell.
Oh, not near the end of the game. They were up 3-1. At the end of the third period, took 3 straight penalties, and Cornell scored 3 power play goals. I think one was overtime.
It was 2-10 into overtime.
Yep.
Yeah, so RPI chance here, even though they only have 2 shots on goal, to take the lead if they can get a power play goal here. And puck trickles in on Walker, and she just covers it as she should. Another face-off here. The left of Walker. Bailey taking the draw for RPI. She wins it indirectly. Bailey plays it back to the point. It's in dumping deep in. Coffee back to the point. Shot. Another save. RPI getting some shots on this power play, at least getting it toward the net.
Yeah, they got to get some traffic in front. The goaltender Walker, Farrah Walker, she's seeing that puck all the way to the net. Got to take her eyes away. Either that, I'm making it somewhat of a high shot. You got to get a stick on it as well.
Yeah, second unit comes out now. So it'll be Bodwin, and she wins the faceoff back to Jones. Stick save there. Back to the left point. Mackay's having trouble keeping that in. It's going to come outside the zone, I believe. It might already be. Yep, and they blow it dead as it's offside. 59 seconds left in the power play for RPI. 5:49 in the period. So face-off be outside the offensive zone, so RPI will have to regroup here and get set up again inside the zone. Good win there with a little kick on the face-off. Played in deep, but they can't clear, but they do after knocked down by an RPI player. Now they get back into the offensive zone. That was Foran keeping it in front. Tipped wide by Bowden. Okay. There for Hootser.
Colgate's going to take another penalty here.
Yeah, just saw the goalie go out. And RPI gives the puck away, which is the right thing to do. They don't have 24 seconds on 5-on-3.
Yeah, they want to execute something here off the face-off.
Will be on 62 Senecal, the freshman from Vermont. It's from Essex Junction, Vermont. There's only one thing I know in Essex Junction, Vermont, and that's IBM. So I guess her dad works there, or her mom, one of them. RPI wins the draw. Mount Mary plays it over to Kendall Davidson. She looks, doesn't take the shot. Now Foran. Davidson from the circle scores! A wrister from the right circle by Davidson after playing catch with Foran, and RPI capitalizes on the 5-on-3, and they'll still be on the power play for a minute 51 because they scored within the first 10 seconds of that 5-on-3.
Well, right off the draw, I thought that Montanari could have taken that puck. She's a right-hand shot. She could have taken it and taken the shot, but she ends up giving it to Davidson. She plays catch and then shoots it. Looks like it goes low stick side. Yep. Right over the pad. Great shot there by Davidson.
Real nice wrister. Good patience, too. She didn't shoot it right away, so she waited till she thought she had the goaltender committed, and made a good shot.
And they still, like you say, have considerable time here left on the power play with 1:30.
You get out of the zone here. Hopefully RPI got a tip on that, and they did. So Bailey goes in the corner trying to get that puck. RPI comes out with it. The left circle. It's Montanari. She loses the puck, and Colgate will clear this down. Jones will go back for the puck.
It's a New York Best Next RPI power play goal in 14:56 in the first.
RPI comes back down the ice. And Colgate clears, so still 48 seconds. Lots of time left in this power play as the clears have been pretty quick, so they haven't killed a lot of time off of it. Still trying to get out of the zone, though. There's 2 forecheckers for Colgate here. Aggressive penalty killing. RPI gets it into the zone. Lensley has it. The point, plays it over to Davidson, who takes another wrister. That goes wide, though. Now Obser. Back to the point. Lensley with it. Lensley goes cross. By Davidson. Just wraps it around where Bowden will get it. Savage. Pinned along the boards. Guy's going to change. Colgate's going to change a player or two. It's pinned there, killing the time, and now teams are at even strength. RPI gets 1 goal on the 5-on-3, but not on the 5-on-4 to take the lead 1-0 in this game. Coming over again is RPI, but that gets touched by somebody on the bench, so faceoff will be outside the zone.
As Rathwell tried to give it a high lob into the neutral zone. She ends up putting it into the Colgate bench.
Littlewood taking this draw. Colgate wins that. Littlewood only like 33% on faceoffs this year. Not something you really want to have a center taking that. I wonder why she's at 33%. I wonder why they still have her taking faceoffs. Collected by RPI away from Colgate a little bit there. That was Savage getting stuck on the puck. Looking to clear it up that boards. Can't get it out. Now down low. Off an RPI skate on Keating. 2 shots, and now Keating covers it. After a little bit of, I don't know, call it chaos. That was Biederman getting that shot off. And RPI, not like you were saying before, they're clogging up to one side, and
yeah,
RPI can't get it out up the boards that way.
Yep, they got the forechecker taking on the puck in the corner. They're putting it forward on the half wall, which is leaving the D wide open. RPI continues to try to go up. They need to go D to D and then to the middle, because the middle's going to be wide open.
Good way there to Palumbo. RPI, Palumbo looking to center. They do. That puck doesn't make it all the way to Keating as it gets blocked by the defense. Well played by Svirkowski.
Yeah, that was Senecal that had taken the penalty. She had a good shot, but she ended up putting it into one of the defenders for RPI's legs.
Now cycling again is Colgate into the right circle. Go east-west. It bounces over the stick of the RPI defender. RPI comes up with it. Now Chaffee down the left side. She's going to go off for a change and just dump it in.
That's what happens when you're spending so much time in your own zone defending. When you get an offensive opportunity, you got to change.
The defending tires you out big time. Even though you're not skating up and down the ice.
Yeah, you're chasing.
And you're constantly turning and edges and gets you tired. Jones now Up to Bergman. She tries to get it over center ice. Barely does. And then Wensley comes over and knocks it away for a minute. Now circling back. Colgate trying to gain center. They do. They gain the zone now. It's Pickering coming down the side. She looks to center. It gets deflected. Now Price with it. Price goes in the middle. That shot gets deflected. Now the boards. RPI trying to get it out here in the last 30 seconds. Mensley over on the left side. RPI grabs it. O'Brien throws it down. RPI gets a quick last change of the period. Gets stumped down deep. And back forward is Davidson. Davidson's going to try to eat the clock here and pin it against the boards. Big body there helping to do that. She seems to be doing a pretty good job considering there's 2 Colgate players on her.
Well, smart play by Davidson, knowing the clock, which is real important when you're out on the ice. And she gets out there, has some time to kill, and she just decides to pin it up against the board to kill the clock off for the end of the period.
All right, so RPI with the 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. Hi, Coach Vines, Larry Pulver and Dan Fridgen here. How are you?
Hi, good, thanks.
Quick question. So it looked like that period for RPI was, I would call it opportunistic, right? They took advantage of, right, the breakaway that didn't go in, but still got the first shot on goal, broke the streak there of no shots. And then on the power play, RPI puts it in.
Yeah, no, a little sluggish to start the game, but I thought we started to get it going a little bit there, and power play came up with a big goal, 5-on-3. So just got to find our legs here in the second period.
Yeah, it looks like you're coming off a real strong weekend team-wise as far as picking up a couple of wins out at Robert Morris. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I thought we got unbelievable goaltending on Friday from Reese. I thought she stole that one for us. And then on Saturday, I thought the team really, really responded. We put Maley in there, and she had another really great game. So when you're getting goaltending like that, you've got to defend, and you got to take advantage of your opportunities. And I thought we did a really good job of that up at RMU.
One last thing, did you hear anything from Juliana Gaffredo? Because her brother kind of upstaged her the night after her big goal. Did you hear any chatter about that?
Yeah, I was actually talking to her about in practice, saying it was a great weekend for the Gaffredo family, and what a play on his goal. We watched that on video, but good to see both of them producing.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So we're 1-0 here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Some highlights.
Well, there's
that was
breakaway.
The breakaway,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Good save. She tried to go 5-hole, but again, she didn't really sell it, so it's somewhat of an easy save for Walker. And then Keating doing her thing at the other end of the ice.
Yeah, we talked about all those high shots, and then RPI is starting to get some offense there, and I think that's going to be the goal. Yep.
That was just a perfect shot over the pad of Walker.
Yeah, you can see the flex in the stick. She really got a lot on it.
Yeah, she certainly did. Over the pad, under the blocker.
Beautiful goal. RPI took advantage of both on the power plays. Not only does it help them, but it also keeps Colgate off, right?
Definitely.
All right. So we'll be back on ESPN Plus in a little bit with the second period.
Now, more than ever, technology drives innovation. Innovation won't change the world if it never leaves the lab. At Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute's Lally School of Management, we push the cutting edge into everyday life. Lally is located in an international hub of tech, clean energy, artificial intelligence, and semiconductor manufacturing, with easy access to New York City and everything the Northeast has to offer. Our campus culture, rooted in clubs, honor societies, social and auditions, and advanced approaches to art and entertainment, help us expand our networks, stay well, and let loose. RPI was the first technical university in the Western Hemisphere. We've been changing the world for more than 200 years, and we're not stopping now. Students and faculty are immersed in an environment of creativity and discovery. You'll work side by side with scientists and engineers to turn technological advances into products and services that address tomorrow's challenges. Our Office of Strategic Advances and Translation builds bridges between research and business. A student-managed fund and incubators on campus and in our city offer leadership and entrepreneurship experience before you even graduate. The world is on the verge of transformations in computing, medicine, sustainability, and industry. Uniquely positioned at the frontier of business, science, and technology, Lally is ready to lead, and we want you with us. Guide the cutting edge. Apply today and join us.
RPI prides itself in being the first to achieve many things. From being the nation's first technological research university to possessing the world's first university-based quantum computer, RPI stakes its name in innovation. No doubt, an RPI MBA program specifically designed around the needs of working professionals would be innovative as well. It uses a project-based approach to develop mastery. You'll be learning new techniques and methods, applying them to solve real-world problems. We believe that being able to use what you are learning in meaningful ways is just as important as the content of what you learn. The 36 credit hour program takes about 2 years to complete and allows you the space you need to live your personal and professional life. Learning by doing, making mistakes and learning from them without impacting your grade. Flexibly building your knowledge of business and leadership in the context of your work. These are the promises of an RPI at Work MBA.
We're back here for the second period here at the Houston Fieldhouse. RPI with the lead, 1-0 over the Colgate Red Raiders. Shots in the first period were 15-7 Colgate over RPI. RPI getting a lot of those shots on the power play. RPI had 4 blocks. Colgate had no blocks in that entire period.
Well, they didn't have.
They didn't really have to the whole first half. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right. Face-offs 10-6 RPI, as RPI is better in face-offs. They're 52%. Colgate's only 48%. And that's where we are right now, looking for the second period face-off coming up. Out-of-town scores, Yale and St. Lawrence knotted at 1. Cornell and Union are knotted at 1 after 1 period of play across town. And Clarkson up 2-0 on Brown after 1 period of play. I want to send out congratulations to Mara Wagner, who I hear got signed by Seattle in the PWHL. And that season starts up, I believe, this weekend, so she will get professional experience. I think she's the first PWHL RPI player. So congratulations to her. The face-off here, as they switch off. Petford taking the draw for Colgate after the swap, and RPI wins it, dumps it in deep. Either way, but just gets out. Billy will play it back. Yeah, gets it down the ice, but this could be icing. Yep. So we also did not say who the referees were tonight. Michael St. Lawrence, Zachary Dupree, linesman Jamie Colacino, and Stephanie Search is the linesman. Other linesman. Working the game today. Now taking the face-off will be Stewart. It's Bailey inside the RPI defensive zone here as RPI ice the puck. Change. Puck here along the way. Another draw. RPI winning draws. Back out to center. Chaffee gets bodied off the puck there. Pickering, and now Colgate gets it, but dumps it out of the zone inadvertently, so we'll have to regroup. Right back in. And a good shot there and a good glove. Nice shot there by Pice, the leading goal scorer for these Red Raiders.
And Casey Borgil, the defender for Colgate, likes to jump up in the offense. Right there, she dishes the puck over to Emma Pice, who gets a good shot. Good save.
Yeah, it's funny because she wasn't as offensive when she played for Holy Cross. She only had 18 points in 2 years. And last year she had 29 points for Colgate. So it must be the way she was allowed to play, right? The way the coaches want her to play.
Exactly. Yeah, and to fit into the structure of whatever the team enhances. Good saves there. 2 good saves by Keating.
Yeah, so face-off still in front of Keating. She's been stopping everything so far. Taking this draw is O'Bain for Colgate, and she wins it. Going down deep in the zone. Centering pass, good shot. I'm not sure if that made it through, or was that a save?
I think it had caught the right pad of Keating.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if a defender blocked it or it hit the pad. Colgate now doing their cycle thing again. RPI trying to gain possession here, wrist toward the net, but goes behind to the corner. Guy trying to dig that puck out. They do poke it away. Bowden gets it out to center. Coming down the right side is Wensley. Wensley takes a quick wrister. That gets blocked nicely there. The defense. Colgate regrouping. Long change this period. Goes all the way down. It's called icing. Do you know why the icings are so delayed?
I was going to say that was a little bit slow. I don't know what she was looking.
And that puck had crossed the goal line, went up halfway up the wall, and then they blew the whistle. I don't understand what's taking so long.
Maybe they were waiting to see who was going to be there closest to the puck. No, I don't understand why it was so late.
RPI with the offensive zone face-off here. Littlewood against Gophers. Colgate will come out of the zone. Wood plays it over to Gophers. Gophers the Merrimack transfer. 19 points last year. Their freshman year at Merrimack. 0 goals this year, though, for Colgate. That's 5 assists, though. Here comes Davidson centering and not connecting, though, with the RPI engineer there. That was Goffredo going to the net.
Goffredo was on her backhand.
Shot just walked in. Looked like a harmless wrister by Beauchamp. And she puts it into the corner of the net over the right shoulder of Keating. And all of a sudden, it's a tie game.
Well, now you know why they're shooting high again. Being a butterfly goaltenders is a tendency to go down a little too early.
Yeah, it just looked like a simple zone entry and a shot, right? Top of the circle.
Yeah, she's already down on her butterfly. And,
yep.
You know, you go up top. Really perfectly placed shot by Beauchamp.
And Beauchamp had, I believe, a goal last weekend, too. So he's starting to heat up a little bit. Her 3rd goal of the season and of her career, because she's a freshman only. Now RPI with it. Get out. And then Mixman gets it to center. Nope, not out. Guy's got to do better at clearing those pucks. Now it's in front of the scorer's table there and comes loose. And then Mixon gets it. Sends it around for Mackay. Intercepted by Colgate, though.
RPI again trying to go up that strong side that's all closed off, and it just turns into a turnover.
And the Pickering not afraid to come in from the point, keeping that puck in the zone. From the left wall, RPI sky highs it, but still not out. Guy's still trying to get it out. Seems to be tied up on the boards there. A couple players from each, and coming out of it is O'Kane, and she dishes it now to the right point. Circling with it is Senecal. Around now, trying to center it. That gets blocked. Humbo. Again, Colgate cycling and a wrist toward the net. Rebound. Shot wide. RPI knocks it behind the goal line. Now comes Molinari to center and taken away, and Senecal will come the other way. Senecal now. Whiff on that shot by Colgate. Played around and all the way out and down. They're blowing icing again.
Well, when it came out into the neutral zone, the only players that could change for RPI were the forwards. So the D are still out there that were hemmed in the zone from the earlier shift. So
it's a long shift.
Definitely. The forwards are fresh.
You've got the long change, so you got to get it deep in your offensive zone to get those changes. Now centering. Shot toward the net gets blocked. Goes in the corner. Now comes out to center.
That's exactly what's got to happen there. RPI's got to get it to the middle of the ice for the breakout.
Hopes they got it deep enough for the D to change, but they may get caught. And Davidson just pummels a Colgate player. And we're going to have a penalty here on RPI.
Yeah, that'll probably be body checking. Is that Ava Wood?
No. Oh, on the ice?
Yeah, I believe that was Ava Wood.
Yeah, Kendall Davidson is a physical player, leads the team in penalty minutes, and that is definitely a reviewable play. I'm surprised they haven't already.
No, that was just basically body checking, I thought.
Maybe an up high elbow.
That's either Biederman or I don't know if that's a 9 or an 8. That's either Ava Wood or
If I can see it on the replay here.
Melissa Biederman.
Yeah, it's a smaller player, so I think it is.
That was shoulder to shoulder. The only.
Actually, they're both pretty short.
Yeah, you're looking at 5'2" compared to
5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah, Davidson's big girl. Yep. So, unfortunately, RPI is going to be down 2 minutes, but they are reviewing this.
Davidson's 6'1".
6'1"? Wow.
Yes. So 6'1" compared to 5'2".
Yeah, it's almost a
Or
foot.
5'1".
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be. I thought that was shoulder on shoulder. I think they're thinking contact to the head, but I think that was shoulder to shoulder.
We'll see in a minute here as the referees are in there reviewing the video. Kendall Davidson sitting there in the box, as you see, just patiently waiting for the verdict. You think she knows which it is?
No.
No. It's too fast, right?
Not so sure that officials know.
Yeah, so we'll see if RPI has a 2 minute.
I thought it was shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, I haven't seen the door open yet for Kendall Davidson, so that's a good sign.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the referees are explaining it to Colgate's bench here, and that's going to be a 2. He doesn't look overly happy, so I would assume it's going to stay a 2.
I understand why you would check it, because it did look from what he would have seen, but then he's got a video analyst. But from what I saw, it was shoulder on shoulder.
Yeah, and that's another case where, it's a height difference, right? So
exactly.
It could be a hit to the head by accident, and yet it would cost the team of their best defenseman. Now back to the middle. Shot on Keating. She makes a save, but can't control, and RPI clears the puck.
That was a good block by one of the RPI defenders there, because that top shelf was open. Keating again going down to the butterfly, taken away low, but up top was open. However, blocked by a defender.
Well, Colgate will start up ice again. Brings it in, goes behind the goal line, and up the left side to O'Bain. She takes a shot. Keating just closes the pads and controls it, as poking at her was Sarah Stewart. So no harm done. 1:18 left in the power play. So RPI changes up here. Full line. Always get the D change when you can.
Yep. Well, Biederman's out there.
Could have been too bad there. Didn't send her off for concussion at least, right?
Nope.
So that's a good sign.
Like I said, she got that in the shoulder.
So Petford takes that draw against Bowden, and RPI tries to clear, but it's kept in, but now knocked out nicely there by Bowden.
Good active stick there, taking away the passing lane by Baudouin.
We'll deal with it. There for Petford, and a shot, and it's loose puck, and it goes in. After Keating couldn't control the rebound, it was behind her, and knocked in by Colgate on the power play here. And now Colgate takes the lead 2-1.
Well, two defenders out in front of the Colgate forwards, and you can't allow the forwards to get in behind you, as you can see right here. They're in behind.
Yeah, they lunged with the stick, and I believe it was 44 Pice getting that goal there.
Oh, that's Pice's 50th goal of her career.
Yep, she needed it and she got it. So she has 50 goals in less than 100 games. Davidson back on the ice now. Gives the puck up to Colgate, but centering doesn't work there. RPI will come out with a Chaffee off the boards, but goes up to the bench off somebody, and faceoff will be outside the zone though. Yeah. So power play is a big difference right now in this game. Which team with the power play? Colgate dumps it just down the boards. Davidson will go back for it. There goes Biederman again after her. I guess she's not intimidated by that hit. Right in there. RPI down. Shot. Maybe a save, maybe wide. Coffee can't control, and Colgate gains center. Coming down is O'Bain. Down the left side, centering. Had a player in front, but couldn't get it there. Now they do. RPI tries to clear it. They can't. Colgate steals it again. Now back to the point. Goes across. Now top of the right circle. Shot. He may have gotten a glove on that now in front. Nice play there by Foran to get that puck out of there. To the point. Colgate with some pressure here. Dump back behind the net. That was Pedford. Picked up on the left ball. RPI still trying to clear, go sky high. Chaffee can't get it out. And it's still kept in by Colgate, thrown in on a floater. And Keating says that's enough of that. And gloves the puck, and we'll have a stoppage here in play. RPI will get the change. Colgate will change. Another face-off to the left of Keating here.
Okay, picked up some momentum off that goal on the power play. Him and RPI in right now.
Good play there to get that puck out by Wednesday. But Colgate comes right back the other way. Beauchamp just stumps it into the corner. After there, pulling it. RPI to get it out. Now Colgate just dumps it back in the same corner. Going in there is Beauchamp. She tries to play it back to the point. Kept in for a second there, but now Wensley has it. Wensley gets knocked off the puck by Biederman. Back into the RPI zone. They have to touch up as they were offside.
Again, RPI has yet to have a shot on goal here in the second period.
Well, it kind of started the same way as the first period did, right?
Yeah.
Now Colgate getting center again on the right side. Back is Davidson. Davidson corrals the puck. Plays it over. RPI just scales it up high, and it's going to be another icing. There's not one, but two Colgate players get back before the RPI player. So we'll have an icing here on RPI. They won't be able to change. Yeah, half the period gone, and RPI stuck at 7 shots. Colgate at 24. So out shooting RPI. To do the math here. It's 9-0.
Yeah.
All right, so another draw here in the Colgate zone. Now back to the point for Gill. Gill dump it back around the back of the net. Petford will get it. Tries to dump it around, but doesn't get much on it. Still kept in. Right board by Petford, but that's temporary. And now RPI will take it, throw it down the right side. Going down there was Savage. Can't quite get to it. And going the other way is Colgate. Right up the middle. Shot blocked. That was Stewart coming up the middle. Stewart now plays it around. Going for that puck. His forehand. She can't get it out though. Now Colgate cycling again. For Wood. Over to the other side. And out finally. RPI picks up the puck. Here comes Montanari again on a breakaway. And she went 5-hole again. And scooped up nicely by Colgate's goaltender, Farrah Walker. Best opportunity of the period for RPI again. RPI with the opportunity on the breakaway by Montanari. So we're going to take a break here. We'll be back in a few minutes. RPI down 2-1. Face off to the left and a shot there and a good pad save there by Walker. Woke her up probably from her sleep there. Now RPI trying to get out of the zone. They do. Colgate coming back down the ice very quickly after that save. Now tipped into the zone by Ava Wood. In the circle now is Palumbo to the right point. Toward the circle, gets blocked. Got dumped down by RPI, and no icing here. Spring plays it up.
But that hit was on Biederman, Larry, because that's Wood with the puck, and she's a left shot.
Oh, there you go. Now wristed toward the net. That goes wide. Now it's the center. Senegal will grab it. Down the right side. Again, throwing it across the middle. RPI gets that puck, knocks it, but kept in by Goofers. Now behind the net, centering to Goofers. Takes a little hop. And now RPI blocks that shot toward the net. Good takedown there on the boards, and RPI gets it back out to center. It's grabbed there by Biederman. Played back in, and RPI will throw it down on net. Walker will have to play it for defenseman Senegal. Over to Goofers. Now up the ice they come. And they're offside. The blue line. See whether RPI engineer caused that, but I think it was Wensley. Or Bowden. So RPI with a face-off outside their zone here. Taking that draw was Stewart for Colgate. Colgate wins it and comes back the other way. Centering, shot right into Keating. That was a nice low shot, which she seems to handle pretty well, right?
Well, yes. Butterfly goaltenders will handle those shots really, really well. And you know, she doesn't give up very many rebounds.
No, she swallows the puck up pretty good.
Yeah, she does. She's another look at it. Right into the bread basket.
And a hard shot by Pogil. Now RPI gets it out to center. Bill will grab it there. Very mobile defenseman. Now Davidson, body position, throws it up the boards. Doesn't really go as it gets stuck in the Zamboni ice over there by the Zamboni door. Still trying to clear it out, and they can't. So now on the right wall, Colgate looking to center, back, give and go there. Now a shot off the pipe by Bedford. Keating is down and out. She doesn't have her stick. Now she's up, but no stick. Shot toward the net, gets blocked. RPI now chips it out. Nice play there by Davidson. Chip that puck out. Now Keating will get their stick shot. And Davidson scores again, far side. Same location as the first goal.
Well, I like the attitude for Davidson. She's not thinking, it's a 2-on-1. She's not thinking pass whatsoever.
Nope.
And she just throws it underneath the stick side low on Walker, and she's got herself the second goal of the game.
Yep, same exact location. The play I thought that was really good was the chip past the defender, because she got the defender flat-footed and just chipped it right by him, and then all she had was open ice.
Well, that's where that size and the reach comes in, where she's able to get the stick on it.
Yep,
right before the defender.
So RPI ties up this game with about 7 minutes left in the second. Now Colgate comes right back the other way. Let's see if RPI gets a little lift out of that. Now a little wrister there. That was Ava Wood on net. Point per game player with the, I'm going to try to say this, Eto Bakoki, Junior Dolphins. And the freshman, 5'2", Appleby College also. Now Colgate controls off the draw. Oh, and a shot, innocent shot again goes in off the stick of Keating. She just completely misses it. Colombo just chucking it in from the point toward the net. No traffic. And it goes off Keating's stick and into the upper part of the net for a quick momentum killer. 3-2, go-ahead goal.
Well, yeah, that was just a shot towards the net. I don't know if she was looking. Wow, yeah. That one off her stick. No, she didn't even get a piece of it.
Did the Colgate player touch that? I don't think so.
No, that went right by her. She wasn't even. I think that shot took her off guard, and she was not expecting it.
Should have been clear, and RPI didn't clear the puck, and that cost them. So now it's 3-2 again. Colgate with the lead. Now coming down the right side, and the wrister again shooting high. Almost every shot's trying to go high here. Now Colgate with it behind the net. Wind that around. Side is Sikorsky. Winds it around. Now back to the point to Senecal. To the other point. Throw it toward the net. Colgate grabs it, but good play there by the RPI defense. Got puck from getting in front. Colgate here cycling the puck well. That's Bedford with it now. Now centered. And in there was 64, which is Copetti. She knocks it down. I thought with a high stick, but doesn't matter because Keating grabs the puck anyway. So Colgate grabs the lead seconds after RPI, ties up the game on the second goal of the game by Davidson. RPI wins the faceoff, wrap it around, and it gets out to center. Grab there by Pickering. Now up, and RPI will play it in. Fancy a forecheck, which is not something they've had a lot of opportunity to do in this period. Now coming down the left side is Pice right in front. Goes right through the crease. Now Pice with it, leaves it there for the point. Another throw toward the net. Goes wide. Now back to the left point. Pice with it. Over to Pickering. Back over to Borgil. Borgil in the center. Good save there by Keating. Rebounds whacked toward the net, but that's wide. Now Colgate with it again. This is the big line for Colgate. Now Borgil, she's going to wrist it from out at the blue line, and good save there by Keating on that one. Now Davidson stands up and gets it out of the zone. Goes off her. Now coming in the zone is Colgate. 2-on-1. It was a save by Keating, and she smothers it. Good save on Biederman as Biederman got behind Keating and almost stuck it in an open net.
Yeah, she just got a piece of that with her blocker. But based on the last goal, they gave that goal to Ava Wood, which means that she did deflect the shot from Palumbo. There's another look at it.
But she got the paddle down, it looks like.
Yeah.
So RPI finally getting it out of the zone and dumping it in as Montanari, who has had 2 breakaways in this game.
I wonder, I was thinking about that. She gets a lot of opportunities in a hockey game. I wonder what the finish ratio is, whether it's 1 to 5. I think she's at about 1. She's 0 for 4 right now in the last couple of games that I've seen that she's had breakaways.
Yeah, just my observation on those 2 breakaways is she doesn't have a really strong shot.
Which you can work on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get stronger at.
Still leading the team in assists, who definitely can pass the puck. But now Colgate with it cycling again. They dump it down low. Wood with it. The circle goes east-west, doesn't connect. Back to the point. Deflection, saved by Keating. Nice save there. Odin tries to get it out, but can't get it past the 5'9", 5'8" Senecal. Now RPI should get this out, and they still hesitate, and they don't. Now in the middle, shot. Nice play there. Good block by number 7. That's Foreign. Now walking right in front is Colgate. They try to stuff it, and RPI dumps it in the corner. Bowden plays it around. Pass Wensley and all the way down. RPI trying to beat to the dot. Looks like Toy did. No icing. Waved off. Grabbed down the right boards by Pedford and played out to center. Here comes Pice. Pice down the right side. Tries centering it. Goes off a couple arms. Dangerously in front. RPI chips it off a player. Stays in the zone. Pice keeps it in. Stewart with it. Now in the middle. With his Pickering over to the left side. Borgillo, that gets tipped up into the netting. We'll have a stoppage in play here. 1:49 left in the period. Colgate with the 3-2 lead. Avery Pickering, 5'10" defenseman back there. 18 points last year. Brother is Owen Pickering, a top draft pick, first round by the Pittsburgh Penguins. So Colgate clears that puck for RPI as they missed the connection with Pickering. Now played up. That doesn't connect, and RPI grab the puck and chip it, but he's back in the zone off RPI, so here's Colgate with a free in, but back to the point, and that gets deflected. This is everybody. Now coming down with a shot. Oh, and they left Pedford free in front, but she did not get the goal as she couldn't lift the puck.
Colgate's just having their way right now with RPI getting a lot of opportunities, and Keating just standing real tall in there.
Yeah, shots right now are 33-10. So, yeah, let me do some math. 18 shots for Colgate in this period. 3 for RPI. So face-off beat to the right of Keating. She's seeing lots of rubber. She saw 38 shots last Friday, and she's going to easily exceed that this Friday. Well, Colgate with it. Dump it down the boards. Kendall Davidson's there. She'll wrap it around. Looking for Cammy O'Brien, but she can't control it. Now it's back behind the goal line. Colgate with it. It's Biederman. Biederman getting hassled there nicely. Pinned along the boards. It's Littlewood in there. RPI. Littlewood comes out with it. And she again hesitates. And they keep it in the zone, Colgate. And now they get it out to center ice, RPI. And then Colgate will bang it right back in. Davidson will go back for it. Davidson tries to hit Montanari at center ice, but she misses. Colgate regroups. Kept in nicely there by Chaffee, but only temporarily as Colgate comes down. They had 3-on-2, but they decided to make a change, so Rister in on Keating down low, and she makes the pad save. Now Colgate keeping it at the point, and that's the period. So RPI gets on one goal. Colgate
3. Colgate wins that. RPI won the first period, 1-0. Colgate wins that period, 3-1.
Yeah, so RPI like kind of momentum surged for like 30 seconds, and then Colgate stole it right back, right?
Yeah,
and that's just something that's.
Well, you hear coaches, talk about it all the time. That next shift after a goal, whether you score it or the opposition scores it, is very, very important. Number one, if you score it, you want to keep the momentum. And if they score it, you want to get that momentum back.
Right.
And after that, after they scored the goal, Colgate has the better shift. It ends up with a goal.
Yeah, I thought RPI got outplayed that period for sure, and they just didn't have any offense going. So we're going to have a interview here with Kendall Davidson in a second. Hey, Kendall.
Hey.
Quite a night for you, huh?
Yeah, it's been good so far.
So those 2 goals, you went down and you shot it on the far side, just over the pad. Same spot on both goals.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose? Was that a scouting thing, or did you know she was weak there? Or?
Yeah, I kind of had a good pre-scout on her. Played against her a lot, so I know where she's weaker. And yeah, I saw the opening there twice, so I shot it there.
Well, the good thing is that not only have you been defending well, but when it was a 2-on-1, you weren't even thinking pass. You were thinking shot all the way, which is good. What do you need to do here in this third period?
Oh, we need to be more defensively responsible and shut them down in the D zone, and then produce more in the offensive zone, and hopefully bury a couple more here in the third.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations on the 2 goals so far.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Here come highlights. There was a good save there. She's good with the glove.
She's very good. And there's another opportunity there. But puck goes wide. There's the top shelf goal. See, she goes down just a little bit too early. When you commit your butterfly too early, you leave that top shelf open. I've probably said it a million times, but that's what happens. That's why they're going top shelf.
And here comes another low shot. Those she gobbles up, no problem.
And then you got the rebound goal as Place gets her 50th goal of her career.
Yeah, she was the furthest one out, actually, on that play.
Well, she gets in behind here, see? Does a real good job of following the puck.
There's 4 players behind her.
There's Montanari with that semi-breakaway.
Here comes the second goal by Davidson.
Yeah, that tied it up at 2. Nice low shot. And this is the one, oh yeah, that was deflected right there.
Beautiful deflection.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was because it looked like it came in on an angle that wasn't from the point.
Yeah, well, Keating was out. Keating was out playing the shot from the point, and she was out a little too far, which allowed that tip to get it behind her.
Yep. All right, so Colgate with a 3-2 lead here at the Houston Fieldhouse. We'll be back with period number 3 shortly. And we're back here at the Houston Fieldhouse at RPI for RPI hockey versus the Colgate Red Raiders. And it's a 3-2 game. Colgate with the lead after outscoring RPI 3-1 in the second period. RPI getting the second goal of the game by Kendall Davidson. Looked like the first goal of the game from Kendall Davidson. So looking at the shots, RPI has 10 shots on goal. 7 of them are between Montanari and Kendall Davidson. What does RPI have to do to get others involved in this game or shooting the puck?
Well, I think they have to, first of all, have clean breakouts. They keep going up the strong side, which is being closed down by Colgate. It results in a turnover and shot on goal. And, you know, they spend a lot of time in their own zone, and it's tough to generate any offense. But they've got to make clean breakouts, get the puck deep, and start forechecking. They got to get some shots on goal. They only had 3 shots on goal that second period.
And also, RPI got out faced off 16-7 in that second period, which is a reverse of the first period, so probably didn't have as much control of the puck during that period. Now Colgate coming down, trying to get over center. Mishandles there. Davidson knocks it the other way, but might be icing. Nope, they waved it off. Montanari in the corner now. Montanari there with Pickering. Puck gets kicked free. Colgate picks it up though. Now coming down the right side. That's Pice going to cut to the net. Tries to shovel in one-handed. Cleared away by Toy. Picked up there by Senegal. Senegal shoots it towards the net. That gets blocked. Now wrapped back around by Swaikowski. Colgate just continues to come at RPI. Here comes Wood down the side. No, that's Peterman, sorry. Now back to the point. Back around. Jones gives up the puck. And shot there from the left circle. Saved by Keating. Again, the rebound floating around up in front, but covered this time by Reese Keating.
Well, that was just a good play by the Colgate forward, Ava Wood. She gets the puck, she puts it right out in front. No time wasted whatsoever. Shot, I think it caught the side of the net and almost came out in front.
The Bolton will take this against O'Brien, and now RPI will skate out with it. Wensley out to center ice. Leans the blue line. To the point. Kai just throws it on the net. Good save and glove over the puck. RPI was there in front, but defended by Colgate.
Well, the forward, I think that was Toy. She got on the other side of the defender. She's got to get in front of the defender so that she offensively is in good position relative to where the puck is.
So Colgate wins the draw. Gophers against Littlewood, battle of third lines. And coming down the right side. Tried to leave it there for 29 coming in, but couldn't handle it. It was motion. Guys got no forecheck going this period. Starting out the period slow again, Dan. No shot there by Biedermeyer. Sorry, Biederman. She just loses it. Davidson plays it up through center, all the way down. Could be an icing. Yeah, RPI cannot start all 3 periods a little slow. Not really jumping right in.
No, they got to play with some sense of urgency here.
Yeah.
They're down by a goal. They want to get that back as soon as they can.
It's off there. Littlewood wins it. RPI gets it out to the blue line, but can't get over the neutral zone over center.
Yeah.
Colgate down the left side.
Colgate's clogging up the neutral zone and creating a turnover, and they're transitioning it real quick the other way.
Good hustle there, but it's still going to be icing. It was Savage trying to beat down for the icing, but no chance. It was too far ahead. Fourth. Juggling the lines here a little bit, mixing them up in the blender. Let's go. O'Brien out there with Savage and Littlewood. Players from all three or four lines. Now in the center, Colgate can't get a handle on it. Behind the net, now in front, and a shot and a save right into the breadbasket of Keating, fortunately there. That was Pice cutting to the middle again, getting that shot off. She is dangerous everywhere she is.
Another good check there by Davidson on Pice. There's a save by Pice, and then she gets checked right there by Davidson.
Davidson never shy to throw a check, as we saw earlier. RPI will dump it up, but not all the way in. Play back the other way. That goes all the way down for another icing on RPI.
That's about their fourth icing in 4 minutes.
It's only 3 minutes, but yes, it's amazing how little puck management they've had this period. Basically, it's just been dumping. That face-off won by Bailey, but back to the point and kept in. Down low. Controlled by Foran behind the goal line. And now a big giveaway there, right in front to Colgate, and a score. What a giveaway that was to Copetti. Copetti, who not known as a scorer, fourth liner, gets her third goal of the season on that giveaway.
Yeah, she was real patient going in on Keating as well, holding it. Jones made that pass that was intercepted right to Copetti.
Yeah, Ferran made a good play, and then Jones just gave it right away.
Well, you know when it's going to be a good game for you when your fourth line scores. At least as a coach behind the bench, I felt that way. Not that the fourth line aren't supposed to score goals, but when they get one, it's a bonus.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought Keating laid out pretty quickly there in that play. The whole 3/4 of the net was open. So RPI now has work cut out for them. They've got 2-goal deficit with 15, 16 minutes left in this game. They're going to have to generate more offense than they've been all game. Now Mackay gives it away in front, and a shot, and it goes high. Another giveaway by RPI. This was O'Bain this time.
That was Rathwell.
Now it's back in the RPI offensive zone momentarily as Colgate changes. Now they come back the other way. Now you have two players in the net. Colgate still controlling the puck, circling in the middle now, trying to pull it, and a shot, trying to go through the 5-hole, doesn't go. That was Beauchamp. Nice moves. Back to the point, thrown in by Pickering. Bounces in front, knocked away nicely by Livingstone. Now Hoofer centers, back to the point to Pickering. It gets deflected into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage here where RPI, I'm pretty sure, is going to change this lineup as they were hemmed in the entire shift. Fourth line for RPI comes out. Third line for Colgate. Now center the Goofers. She takes a shot that gets deflected. That's behind the goal line. Centering again. Weak shot in on Keating by Biederman. Play will stop as Keating covers the puck. RPI back on their heels here. Colgate's starting to get some opportunities off passes. And that gets the goalie moving, and that's going to be easier.
Well, that's her 40th shot on goal.
Goes off the defender, but right to her stick. So Colgate comes back the other way. Now played out to center by RPI. RPI now comes in the zone. Right circle, trying to get a shot off. Kind of whiffs on the shot. Now back to the point, but it doesn't make it. Now coming the other way. Colgate, they get bottled up at their own blue line. Now Colgate throws it all the way down. It should be an icing. It is. Newman Mixon gets back there. Dot. So RPI will get a rare offensive zone face-off here. I don't think we've had one this period, so. RPI with an opportunity here to win a draw and generate some offense. And win the draw, but goes outside the zone. And they just dump it right back the other way. Colgate coming down the left side. Looking to center it. Gets deflected, fortunately for RPI. And now Wensley will play it up the boards. But right there is Bedford. Stolen from her. And now RPI tries to backhand it up the boards, but misses. Pinned against the boards. Comes loose. And RPI gets it out to center. But it's gobbled up there by Petty. Now Colgate will scale it right back in, but it's icing as they didn't gain the red line. So another offensive zone face-off for RPI. See if they can generate something better than they did the last time.
Well, they won the last one on the offensive face-off, but they put the puck in between the two defenders and there's nobody there.
They're playing cold as ice. I don't know if that's supposed to be a message.
I like it.
Yeah, does not win the straw, but it goes in the corner. Two RPI players pinning it in. Bailey trying to get the puck back to the point now. Shoots it off Bailey's skate, and Bailey can't find it. And then it goes over the glass. So RPI will have another face-up, but this one probably outside the zone. At least it's in that half of the ice.
A very choppy third period here. A lot of icings. No real flow to speak of.
What is the fourth goal by Colgate? How does that affect the way they play for the rest of this game?
Colgate or RPI?
No, Colgate.
Oh, I mean, I don't think they're going to change what they're doing. I mean, there's no way you can go into a defensive shell. You know, they
don't need to, right?
I'm thinking they learn. Well, the other thing they have to do is play real discipline. I'm thinking they learned from their Cornell game last Saturday when they were up 3-1 late in the third period and took 3 straight penalties and lost in overtime on 3 power play goals. So they're up by 2 here, and you know, they just have to keep doing what they're doing and stay out of the box. They're on the road. Be smart. Be disciplined. Stay on the right side of the puck. RPI, on the other hand, has to start taking some chances here, which is going to leave them susceptible on the defensive side.
Boards, that doesn't get out. Kenny O'Brien, the Cluster transfer, gets it out of the zone, but it comes right back down the left wing. That's Biederman throwing it toward the net. Deflection there. Going to the net was Goofers, but doesn't connect. And it's back behind the net. Biederman with it. Biederman comes into the circle. She whiffs on the shot. Left there for Pickering going in deep. Now back to the point. Borghill walks the line now down low to Pickering. Guy finally grabs it, but they just throw it back out, and it's still in the zone. Colgate can't get it to the net, though, so now it goes behind the net. RPI not controlling the puck, yet not giving up good scoring opportunities yet here. Here's one. Good block there by Mackay. You can see that hurt her back as she got hit with the puck, probably in a spot that's not heavily padded, and she goes off for a quick change. Good block there, as that was the best scoring opportunity out of the whole cycle that Colgate had there. Now Colgate back in the zone, but it's going to be off sides as Pice takes it in. Player in the zone. Face-off here will be outside the zone. Taking this will be Bailey versus Stewart. Wins it. Foran gets it. Foran dumps it down. Tries to keep it in, but pops out to center ice. Chaffee dumps it back in, but Foran was in the zone. RPI has to touch it. Here comes Colgate flying down the left side, wrapping it around. And tries to get the puck. Now she plays the body. Play there. Yeah, still trying to control the puck here. Bailey gets it out. She tries to feed Montanari, break it down the right side, but that gets blocked nicely by the Colgate defense. They'll try again. Dump it out to center, but doesn't get through. Neutral zone. Really hard for RPI to get through right now. Burnett leaves it there, but RPI player, I don't know if they didn't know it was coming, but Colgate grabbed it and broke the other way. Colgate again, back to the, using their points very effectively, Colgate. Gets blocked toward the net. Davidson coming up ice, looking for the Hattie. Throws it in the zone. Played by Walker.
She runs players over, she runs officials over.
Bet you the officials don't like that either.
Why would you?
That gets thrown all the way down, and Colgate beat RPI to the dot. It's knocked away from Colgate nicely by Mackay. Now with it, Newman mixing over to Mackay. He plays it up to center. That's intercepted by Pickering. Played back the other way, but guy having trouble controlling the puck, making two passes through everybody. No icing. Brand reverses. Oh, up. I'm not sure that was touched, so it's probably going to be an icing.
Oh, waved off.
Waved off, so it must have been touched. Almost intercepted by Toy. That's played all the way back down. Brandon Jones been out there for quite a while. And the net, centering, and a shot, and a save by Keating. Again, another low shot, but nice save there by Keating to keep that puck from going in and making this a 5-2 game.
She's played real well. She's had 41 shots on goal.
Yep.
All right, RPI hockey fans, let's start calling puck players spot. And
All right. For a media timeout now. We'll be right back. And we're here at the RPI Fieldhouse. Colgate 4, RPI 2. Colgate getting that insurance goal early in this period. RPI not really generating any attack at all this period, with one shot on goal the entire period. Centering pass goes right through. RPI will try the sky high play. Bailey going after it. Goes all the way around to the open side, where it's scooped up, sent forward by Colgate. Now RPI trying to get it out of their own zone again, being forechecked heavily there by Capetti. RPI gets back to the point, but not out. Down low, Colgate gets blocked. RPI goes high again, but that goes out of play. Montanari scaling it into the seats. So face-off will be still inside the RPI zone. RPI playing, I'd say 80-90% of this period in front of the goaltender. By RPI, and Kendall Davidson cannot get it out of the zone. Finally, it goes out as Chaffee chips it down, and RPI will change here. And down the left side is Pice. Now with Pitford behind the goal. Stewart. It's checked there, and RPI play it to the open side. Newman Mixon plays it up to Wensley. She chips it past her player. Coming down, shot right into the goaltender Walker. She gobbles it up down low. That was a good opportunity, similar to the Davidson opportunity with the chip past the defender and coming down that right side. Looking to shoot, but shot right into the goal hole.
Yeah, I think she was a little deeper than what Davidson was when she scored her goal. Plus, you had a left shot coming down the right side, and in that situation, you had a right shot coming down the right shot, Wednesday being a right shot, so she didn't really have the angle that Davidson had.
Chopped at by Colgate against the post. Tied up by Keating. So face off will be again to our right. RPI is going to change here. Only 5:39 left, 2-goal deficit. Keep an eye on Keating soon, I guess. This will be Littlewood taking the draw against O'Bain and shot in on Keating and a save. Grabbing the puck there is Palumbo. She can't control, and now comes Littlewood. Littlewood down the right side. O'Bain checks her. Knocks the puck away and gets the puck back at center. O'Bain down to the right circle. O'Bain trying to put some moves on. Backhander toward the goal and in. Beats Keating short side. A little razzle-dazzle there on the RPI defender. And Colgate makes this a 5-2 game with 5 minutes left in it.
Well, she was a left shot coming down the right side and elected to go to the backhand, but as you can see, she beat Jones to the outside right here and then puts it up top shelf. Well, actually, no, that was just above the pad underneath the glove hand of Keating.
Yeah, my thought on that goal is Jones needed to step up.
Well, I was watching the play, and the puck was at the top of the circle, and Jones hadn't even made it up to the red line. You're supposed to stay one zone behind the play at all times. In other words, when the forwards come through the neutral zone, that way you take their space away. So you've got a tight gap so that you can really check them when they hit the offensive blue line. Jones was basically in between the red line and blue line, so when the forward got the puck, he ended up, when Allbang got the puck, Allbang got the puck, she ended up having some space on her.
So Colgate here again back in the offensive zone. Now it's behind the net. Try a centering pass there. Missed everybody. Walker's going to come out and try to play it. She plays it around behind the net, which was open.
When I mean that she had space on her, I mean she created the space on Jones.
Yeah, it seemed like Jones just let her come right in, right? She didn't try to play her up high, so goalie didn't have enough time to react. Now in the center, Colgate takes a shot that gets blocked, and now coming the other way is Brunette. She gets checked along the boards, goes behind the net, check there, thrown. Senecal. Center. Bumped into the corner. Yeah, I'll go for it there. Bowden comes up with it. Gets it back. Tipped into the zone, but Colgate defender is gobbling that up. It's Smarkowski. Smarkowski uses it there for Senegal. Gets shot and goes out of play. So face off the inside. The RPI offensive zone, 3:17 left, 5-2. Colgate. Now it's 3:17 left, 3 goals down. Should RPI pull their goalie, or is that?
That's a coach's decision, but you wouldn't have anything to lose if you did it.
RPI now wins the draw, dumps it back behind. That was Wensley. Goes past Toy, and Colgate will skate it out. And the center, nice knock away there by Bowden. That goes behind the goal. Grab there. And not played out. Here comes Davidson up the right side. She gets spotted off the puck. Bowden goes in on Biederman. Now the puck comes to the middle. Knocked away again, but Rothwell has it. Plays it up the boards and just out past Sawyer.
Usually when a coach contemplates pulling the goaltender, it has to do with how the game is going. You need some offensive pressure and some time spent in the offensive zone, which RPI hasn't had to this point.
Yeah, my thought would be if you pulled the goaltender, you'd have an empty net within 20 seconds. Empty net goal. RPI with a shot and a save. Oh, that almost looked like it went in behind her. Might have gone off the post behind her. Now RPI with some pressure here. Mackay from the left point takes a shot toward the net. Is RPI pushing on there. There's O'Brien who's prone. Now centering, that gets picked off nicely by Petford. Settles things down. Now out to the blue line. Picked up there by Price. Scaled in, and they'll go off for a change. Here's Petford down the right side, trying to keep that puck in. And hooked by Chaffee. Chaffee with it off the boards. That doesn't make it out. It's been the story all night. In the right circle. Colgate dumps it deep. Chipped up the boards and out only because Bedford was going off for a change. Now down the left side again. Getting the puck out here. Montanari throwing it in. Just wide. PI in there to get the puck though. Now back to the point. Got there by Ferrand, and Walker will just cover it. And she slid over to cover that puck. It probably was going wide, but using to take a chance. 50 seconds left in this contest. RPI down 5-2. Keating stays in the net.
Yeah, that shot just went off the glove. Looked like she had a tough time corralling it. Grabbing it right there. See it goes off the glove. And she uses her goal stick. Walker does to bring it back in.
Colgate out to center. On the right side, big collision there with Jones. Now coming up the left side is Wensley. Wensley cuts the middle, wrists it toward the net. We'll stick the side. And we have a net off here as Colgate's going to get a penalty, I'm pretty sure. As the RPI player got hauled down. Yep, Colgate's going to the box. This is Gophers. RPI had a couple players going to the net there. Oh, RPI player going to the box too. So it will be even up. 44 shots for.
I was going to say that I didn't see anybody push Toy into the goaltender. That was her doing that on her own. So there's goaltender interference. And then maybe the retaliation. Yeah, the roughing is going to go to
Gophers.
Yeah, Gophers. Take an exception to what Toy did.
So roughing on both of those gals, and they'll finish the game in the penalty box for the next 25 seconds. Won't be any power play. It'll be 4-4 here. I'm sure they just want to finish this game off. And so Bowden taking this draw here. Again, it goes outside the zone.
Another face-off win right in between
Right.
the two defenders. Yep.
Davidson with it. Let's see if she goes end to end trying to get her hat trick. Nope. She passes it off. On there, he trips over the blue line and taken down is Bowden, but they're not going to blow any whistles now. And now it's a shot off a body down. Kendall. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Kendall Davidson scores at the buzzer just late for the hat trick. And, oh, man, that was just probably tenths of a second late.
Well, she gave it a good bid. She just held on to it a little too long.
Yeah. Well, it was bouncing, and she literally got it by accident, right? I mean, it bounced to her off a couple players, and she just wristed it and went right in the net, but just tenths of a second too late. So we finished this game off. Teams shaking hands now. 5-2 Colgate over RPI. And not a good showing for RPI in this game. I don't think they really controlled any part of the ice.
Well, they came out and did a good job. They were up 1-0 after one, and then a couple of power play goals and even strength in the second period. And they got behind the 8 ball, got outscored 3-1, so it's 3-2 going into the third. So you've got 20 minutes in order to make some moves, but they never had a shot on goal until about 8 minutes left in the third period. And so they didn't really have any offense to get going, and Colgate kept that pedal to the metal, kept shooting. Colgate in this one gets outshot 44-16.
It seemed like each period, the first 8 to 10 minutes were just no shots on goal by RPI, and then the second half of the periods were better.
Yeah. Well, RPI, Colgate came in here with a game plan. Their game plan was to take away the strong side of the breakout, create turnovers, which they did, and it was tough for RPI to get the puck out of their zone. And then if they did get the puck out of their zone, Colgate clogged up the neutral zone. They had their D stepping up, and it was a transition right back, going back the other way. So it was tough for RPI to get through the neutral zone as well.
All right, here are the highlights from the third here. That's a good save on that centering pass.
And there was that turnover, and that's Copetti.
Yeah, turnover really hurt.
Yeah, getting the goal. Cheating. She kind of half went for the poke check on that one. but she made some real good saves.
Absolutely.
But, you know, generally that's all you can ask your goaltender to do until the offense kicks in for RPI, which unfortunately didn't happen. There's the goal going to the backhand by Alexia Olbe. And then finally the goal that doesn't count.
Yeah, it was just a little too late. Unbelievable. That would have been sweet for her. Wouldn't have mattered for the win-loss, but it would have been nice for her.
Like this. See what the time was on the clock on that
Yeah.
one. But
So just cross town, just quickly, Union has defeated Cornell 4-3
in overtime, right?
in overtime. Maddie Leaning got her third goal of the game for the hat trick.
Well, Cornell's going to come in here raring to go. So
Yep, they're not going to be happy campers. That's for sure.
Better be ready for that.
All right, so we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you tomorrow at 3.